South Korea, the land of the morning calm, is a vibrant country in East Asia. Located on the southern half of the Korean peninsula, it's surrounded by North Korea, the Sea of Japan, and the Yellow Sea. Here, ancient palaces stand beside modern skyscrapers, and tradition blends with cutting-edge technology. Dynasties like Goryeo and Joseon shaped Korea's unique culture, art, and customs. After World War II, Korea was divided, leading to the Korean War and years of hardship. But South Korea transformed, becoming a global leader in technology and culture. From K-pop to film, the Hallyu wave has made Korean culture a worldwide phenomenon. South Korea's blend of old and new makes it truly fascinating. Let's discover what makes this country so remarkable. South Korea's fight for freedom is at the heart of its identity. After years under Japanese rule, Korea's spirit stayed strong, fueling independence movements. Liberation after World War II brought hope, but also division. Korea was split at the 38th parallel. The Korean War followed, leaving scars and separating millions of families. The DMZ remains one of the world's most guarded borders, yet hope for reunification and peace endures in South Korea's resilient spirit. South Korea's spiritual side is like a colorful quilt of different beliefs. Almost half the people say they don't follow any religion, but Confucian values still guide their daily lives. Buddhism, with its old temples and art, is still a really important link to Korea's past. Many people visit temples to think and find peace, connecting with traditions that are hundreds of years old. Christianity, which arrived more recently, has grown super fast. Its churches are now big landmarks in every city. It played a key role in Korea becoming modern and fighting for democracy. Shamanism, Korea's native faith, still influences rituals and life in the countryside. Confucianism, which is more of a way of thinking than a religion, is all about respecting older people, family, and getting a good education. These values are deeply woven into Korean society, guiding how people interact and shaping who they are. Having old and new beliefs existing together creates a special spiritual environment. South Korea's faith traditions show its history, its ability to bounce back, and how well it can adapt. This mix of ideas continues to guide the country's journey forward. Over 51 million people call South Korea home, with half of them living in the busy Seoul capital area. Life here is fast-paced and competitive, driven by the pali-pali or hurry-hurry culture. Education is super important. Families spend a lot of money on it, and students study for long hours to make sure they have a good future. The pressure is intense, but it has created a highly skilled workforce that powers the country's growth. Family is still the most important thing in Korean life, based on Confucian values of respect and tradition. Big holidays like Chuseok and Seollal bring families together for special customs and big meals. Community goes beyond just family. Friendships and work relationships are very strong. Work culture is demanding, but Koreans balance it with lively social lives. After work, co-workers get together for meals and drinks, building good relationships. Cities come alive at night with restaurants, cafes, karaoke, and gaming centers. Food is a big part of social life. Sharing a meal is a way to connect with people. Modern life is changing some traditions, but the importance of family and community stays strong. The rhythm of Korean life is a mix of hard work and fun connections. This balance defines the country's special character. South Korea's daily life shows how well it can adapt, and its strong spirit. South Korea is a lively democracy where the people choose their leaders. The government is set up with checks and balances across three main parts: the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. The president, who is elected for one 5-year term, leads the executive branch and represents the country. The president appoints a prime minister, who has to be approved by the lawmakers. The National Assembly, which is a single group of 300 members, makes laws and watches over the executive branch. Members are elected every 4 years, making sure different groups are represented. The judicial branch, led by the Supreme Court and Constitutional Court, explains laws and protects what citizens are allowed to do. Judges are appointed by the president with the approval of the lawmakers, making sure they can make fair decisions without pressure. The Constitution, which has been updated over time, makes democratic rules and the rule of law even stronger. This system stops too much power from being in one place and protects people's freedoms. South Korea's democracy is something they worked very hard to get, fighting for liberty. The political system shows how much the country cares about fairness and being responsible. It makes sure that the government works for the people, not the other way around. South Korea's democracy is a key reason for its success today. The Korean language is super important to the country's identity, spoken by millions worldwide. Its special writing system, Hangul, was created in 1443 by King Sejong the Great. Before Hangul, only the rich and powerful could read and write using complicated Chinese characters. Hangul's simple, logical design made it easy for all Koreans to learn to read and write. Even though some people didn't like it at first, it became a symbol of cultural pride and independence. Today, Hangul is celebrated for how scientifically it's built and how easy it is to learn. It has helped South Korea have one of the highest rates of people who can read and write in the world. The language shows social order and respect, with different levels of politeness. Hangul stands as proof of Korean innovation and unity. Seoul, South Korea's capital, is a city where old history and new ideas crash together. It's home to half the country's people, and it's a super active center of culture, business, and government. The Han River splits the city, which is full of energy day and night. Old palaces and traditional villages stand right next to futuristic tall buildings. Seoul respects its past while pushing hard toward the future. Other big cities add to the country's energy. Busan, a busy port with famous beaches. Incheon, the airport city for international travel. Daegu, a center for textiles and tech. Daejeon, a science hub. And Gwangju, known for its history of democracy. Each city has its own vibe, adding to South Korea's rich mix of city life. Together, they power the country's economy and cultural life. South Korea's cities are like engines of progress and creativity. The country's energy goes far beyond just its capital. South Korea's cultural influence, known as the Hallyu Wave, has spread all over the world. K-pop groups like BTS and Blackpink have become famous worldwide, while Korean TV shows and movies grab audiences everywhere. The movie Parasite made history by winning the Academy Award for Best Picture, showing off how creative Korean movies are. Korean food, kimchi, bibimbap, barbecue, has become a global favorite, loved for its strong flavors and the way people share meals. The K-beauty industry has totally changed skincare, focusing on health and new ideas. Korean brands are now world leaders in music, movies, food, and beauty. This cultural export has created a modern, positive image for South Korea. The country's creativity attracts fans, tourists, and shoppers worldwide. Food, music, and movies are powerful bridges, connecting Korea to the world. South Korea's soft power is changing global culture. Its influence keeps growing, making people admire and wonder about it. South Korea's story is one of bouncing back and changing for the better. From being destroyed by war, it has become a global leader in technology, culture, and democracy. The miracle on the Han River happened because of determination and hard work. Brands like Samsung and Hyundai show how ambitious and successful the country is. The Hallyu Wave has made Korea a cultural superpower, captivating the world. Yet the country stays deeply connected to its ancient roots. Buddhism, Confucianism, and historic sites are still there. South Korea's ability to balance old traditions and new ways defines its unique identity. The country's journey shows how it overcame tough times and built a lively democracy. Challenges are still there, especially the division with North Korea. But the Korean spirit cannot be stopped. South Korea is more than just a place. It's an inspiration. It proves what a country can achieve through being united, having a clear vision, and never giving up.